Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate that you're here. My name is Sonia Magruder, and I've been with this company, Purium, for 12 and a half years. And it's been the most incredible journey for myself and my husband, Doug. It's been something that transformed our lives, not only on the health side, but also on the financial and quality of life side. So today we're going to talk about the whole life transformation that is possible with Purium, health and wealth. You're also going to hear from some brand partners on our team who have had tremendous success, and they're from all different walks of life. Most importantly, you're going to hear how easily you can do the same thing and you can have a successful health and or wealth transformation with Purium. So let's get started. We all probably know someone, maybe it's ourselves, maybe it's a family member, but I think all of us know someone who has had a lifestyle disease, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, or maybe even cancer. So now more than ever, people are aware. There's this big awareness about what's going on with the food, what's in our food, and trying to do better, understanding ingredients, reading labels. And the reason is people are starting to realize that we're being bombarded by toxins all the time from so many areas, the environment, different things, the water, the air, but also a big part of it is the food that people are eating, especially ultra processed foods. And that is a big source of many of these toxins that people are being bombarded with. So, why are people eating these foods? Well, they're made in labs to hit certain brain receptors to kind of become addictive. They may taste good, they're cheap, and actually, they're not even cheap anymore, but they're convenient. And it's usually busy lifestyles that lead to these poor food choices and compromises of convenience. These foods that are grab and go, fast food, gas station food, whatever it might be, even the packaged foods in the grocery store, they're typically calorically dense and nutrient deficient. And they contain a lot of chemicals, a lot of bad ingredients, including not just the foods that we call Franken foods now, but there's also Franken supplements. There's a lot of supplements that have horrible ingredients if you read the labels. So the problem is these things, these ingredients, these chemicals, these dyes, and glyphosate, one of the biggest culprits, are in these foods and certain supplements. And they're linked to lifestyle diseases like diabetes, like leaky gut, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, all of those things. And glyphosate, as I mentioned, a big culprit, is so insidious. It is sprayed on crops that become the food that people eat. And because it's sprayed so widespread, it has gotten in the environment, in the air, even in the rain now. We have heard a lot about it being linked to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but now a new study came out recently, a very large, years-long landmark study that actually showed it's linked to many types of cancers, not just non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It also is very disruptive of our gut microbiome. And it was initially patented as a mineral descaler. So think about that, sprayed on crops, leaching minerals from the soils, and also leaching minerals from our bodies. So that's one part of glyphosate. Then later on, it was patented as an antibiotic. So think about that. If we're being bombarded from it all the time, that's like having an antibiotic in our gut. And we know what happens when we take antibiotics, right? It kills everything, even our good gut bacteria. So it's super important to protect ourselves from that, to detox it out of our bodies, and really have a healthy gut. We hear about gut health all the time. 70% of our immune system is in our gut. That's reason enough to really be on point with our gut health. 90 to 95% of serotonin, the feel-good hormone that affects our mood, is made in the gut. So those are just a couple of things that are tied to our second brain, our gut microbiome. Purium has a solution for everything I just said. The Purium solution is convenience without compromise and a proven solution to glyphosate. And Melissa's going to come on here just for a couple minutes to explain this 90-day program that is helping people transition off these ultra-processed foods and feel better than ever.
What does this program look like? Well, exactly like you're looking at. It's 2 meal replacements per day: gut support, protein, power shake. Do it for breakfast, do it for lunch, have a decent dinner, snack as often as you'd like, because like Sonia explained, this is not a starvation program. This is a way to repair our body and nurture our gut. The gut support is a prebiotic, probiotic. This is the clinical solution, like Sonia said. The protein has a 99.4% absorption rate, which is unheard of in the protein world. And then your power shake, add water, shake it up and go. It's delicious. It's convenient. You will love it. You're taking your cherry juice before bed. Obviously, I love this. It's almost gone. This should be a full bottle. And this is the highest source of naturally occurring melatonin. So you can have deep restorative sleep, which everyone here knows the importance of getting quality restorative sleep. And in your first month, you're also going to have a gentle parasite cleanse. This is also a crucial part of your health journey. We're so excited for you to get started. What's so amazing is that with this program, you get the business complimentary. Most people I talk to, they say, I want to try the product for myself. That way I can authentically share it. So we encourage you, by all means, try it for yourself, experience it firsthand. And then you have this business in a box that has unlimited earning potential. Thanks, Sonia, for letting me share.
Thank you, Melissa. And I want to touch on something Melissa said. She said the clinical solution for glyphosate, which is this, the Biomedic. There has been a human study, that's a big deal, human study with this, that showed that Biomedic was flushed out of the body 74% in 6 weeks, and also lowered CRP levels, which is C-reactive protein, an inflammatory marker, by 75% in 6 weeks. This is the only proven solution to glyphosate. And that is so important because yes, there's no shortage of people who want to drop some extra weight. They want to have more energy, better sleep, better digestion, better mental focus. And everyone should be flushing glyphosate out all the time. So everything Melissa just said just gives you such a great quick little synopsis of this. We have so many people who have had incredible results. And these are just some of the pictures. Skin rash is clearing up. We have people who lose the bloat. The bloat is gone. They're feeling nice and sleek. They're releasing excess weight. And you can see the gentleman in the bottom, in the middle on the bottom, him and his wife, they lost 37 pounds combined, and it gives a little bit more detail of their journey. He's a client of mine and good friends. So these are people that we all know firsthand who have experienced this, and there's thousands more. So let's find out a little bit about who's behind this company and who's behind these amazing products. It's Amy Venner, she's the CEO, and Dave Sandoval, he's the formulator. They are the co-founders and the co-owners of the company. They have been manufacturing organic superfoods for over 30 years before there was even a USDA certified organic label. They have been pioneers in this space. A little bit about Amy. She is a mom of 2 beautiful teenage girls. She is the CEO, co-founder, and co-owner. She oversees every aspect of the manufacturing of these products. And she learned years ago how food is so connected to our health through her own health journey. And then Dave, as I mentioned, formulator, he's brilliant. And Dave got on this path because someone who was very, very near and dear to him when he was a young man passed away from a lifestyle disease. And he was just devastated. And he wanted to find out why and how could this have been prevented. So Dave has been mentored by giants in the holistic health world, like Ann Wigmore and Dr. Bernard Jensen and others. And his formulations are impeccable. So Purium is the manufacturer. This is a big deal. A company that is a manufacturer can be involved in every single detail when these products are being made. And after this Zoom, just out of curiosity, go to your cupboard, pick out a bottle of supplements that you may have, and look at the label. It's probably going to say manufactured for such and such a company rather than manufactured by. When you look at Purium's products, it says manufactured by. So they are meticulous. They go above and beyond what's required by governmental regulations. They do rigorous in-house and third-party testing. Every ingredient is identity tested, which really impressed me. That means when the ingredient comes in, it's tested multiple ways to verify it is indeed that ingredient. The ingredients that make up these products are grown on farms that use regenerative farming practices. That is so important because when the soil is rich with minerals and nutrients, the food is going to be rich with minerals and nutrients. We can eat organic food, but if it's grown in dead soil, we're getting food that maybe doesn't have pesticides and herbicides sprayed on it, which is great, but it may not have the full nutrient value and nutrient density that we would like to have, which is why when people say, well, you can get everything from your food, you really can't anymore. So along with that, everything is pure from a whole food source. That's Dave and Amy's philosophy. There are no synthetic isolates, certified organic, no binders, no fillers, no added sugars, no artificial sweeteners, chemicals, or artificial anything. And this was something that really impressed me. Many of us on here tonight have been through the manufacturing facility. And one of the, excuse me, one of the aspects that was so impressive to me was when the ingredients come to the manufacturing facility in the truck, someone goes out and inspects the inside of the truck. If there's the slightest little bit of dirt, of mold, or a bug, the entire thing is rejected. It is not allowed inside the facility. If Dave and Amy weren't the manufacturers, this probably wouldn't be happening. This is my husband and I, Doug, at the manufacturing facility at an event called Diamond Club. So when you're a brand partner with Purium, you can earn this trip and go to the manufacturing facility and learn all about this. And we have many, many people who have done just that. It was so exciting for us to witness it firsthand and see their meticulous processes. Dave and Amy's integrity is so high, and it literally is infused into every step of making these products. So just to recap, what makes Purium different? Certified organic. We have the proven solution to remove glyphosate from the body. No binders, fillers. It's convenient. It answers that problem of convenience for people that are busy. And again, the rigorous testing. And then this is very interesting. They also are very eco-conscious. So over the past handful of years, Dave and Amy have transitioned out of plastic-free packaging, except for one product, but 64 out of 65 products are in biodegradable, compostable packaging made from bamboo and hemp. And by doing that, they've saved over 300,000 pounds from going into the environment, which is equivalent to about 14 million plastic water bottles. That's really making an impact. And it's also important, not just for the environment, but for our own health, because pretty much everything is in plastic anymore. And there was another study recently that came out that said the average person has a teaspoon of microplastics in their brain, and those with dementia have 3 times as much. So that's very alarming. And it's great to see that Purium is a company that is doing something about it, at least what they can do. So let's get into why this opportunity is so great. Why is this the ideal time to partner with Purium? Well, there's so many reasons. Health is top of mind more than ever. And again, people are becoming more aware of what's in the food and wanting to do better, cleaner ingredients, and wanting to really prevent, wanting to kind of take control of their health and not leave it to chance, do everything they can, starting with nutrition. Also, there is demand for this. It's a high demand product because of what I just said. And it's a great way to build a plan B income before you need a plan B. Diversify your income, not keeping all your eggs in one basket. The results that people get from these products make it very easy to share with others and for other people wanting to get on board. And again, you can align with a company that's been in business. The Purium branch of Dave and Amy's company has been in business over 20 years. So a business that's got a track record of stability and success. So here's another reason. When you do a search for top recession-proof business categories, what comes up every time? Pretty much health and food. And Purium is the perfect marriage of both of those. It's health products, and these products literally are food that is really good for people. So you can join this business and know that you're in the type of business that can thrive in just about any economy. That's reassuring. Now, the business model offers residual income that can also be leveraged. So what it says here, trading time to creating time. How do we create time? Time is our most precious commodity. And that's where people are like, I just don't have time because I'm working so hard. They're trading their hours for dollars, trading their time for money. They don't have time freedom. But with leverage, that's how you get freedom. And I'm going to show you an illustration of exactly what that means. So with this business model, you come in, you're a brand partner, and most people who come in to do this and the people you're going to hear from tonight started out building this on the side of whatever they were already doing, traditional business, a full-time job, but they were able to build this on the side in part-time hours. So let's say that's what you're doing, and you can commit 10 hours a week to build this business for yourself and build this extra stream of income. But you also have the opportunity to get other people to lock arms with you, your friends, your family, your colleagues, just people you would love to work with. And when those people join and say they can each put 10 hours in, so let's say you get 5 friends, now you've got your 10 hours and theirs, that's 60 hours a week of collective effort. That is leverage. And you're still only working 10 hours, but you're earning beyond just your own personal time that you're putting in. That's what's so beautiful about this. So now we're going to hear from a couple people who have done just that. And at the same time, we're going to debunk a myth. And the myth is only people who get in on the ground floor can succeed. You have to get in at the beginning to have success with a network marketing business. But we know that's not true. And we're going to hear from someone who just got involved, actually 2 people just last year. And the first one is Dr. Ian Hossein. Welcome, Ian.
Thank you, Sonia. So yes, my wife and I were introduced to the Purium products last year. Prior to that, I was a holistic health practitioner, but I was also a professor at Syracuse University. Both jobs were really just trading time for money, teaching at the university and as a practitioner doing consultations. In consultations, you work with clients. Maybe one month you have lots of clients, maybe one month you don't. It's very variable. And again, it's still trading time for money. When we finally found out about Purium, it did many of the things that I was trying to do in my practice, things that I had to source through supplements and, long consultations and things like that. The ULT program was so foundational in many of my clients' wellness journey. It was easier for me and convenient for them to just start them off on the ULT. And what that meant is instead of having to meet with every client and put together something for them, I could put them on the program. I could put many people on the program. And that was a great way for me to scale my business. Add to that the leverage, the fact that I could have brand partners under me, mentor people to help other people. I was able to kind of scale my business in that sense as well. So the superior products and the transformations in my clients, weight loss and bringing down inflammation, better sleep, better mood, all those wonderful things, combined the fact that I can give it to literally anybody, allowed me to, provide that kind of advocacy and scale my business. So where am I now? Like the slide says, I'm a retired professor, and it feels good to be retired. The income, the leverage income from Purium allowed me to make some really nice life changes. I was working in New York. My family was in Florida. I retired so I could be with them. And the Purium income allowed me to have that kind of financial stability and leverage income to do that, while also being able to help more people than I could with just consult after consult. So it's a win-win for me. It's a win-win for my clients and all the people I advocate for health. And it's a win-win financially because it allows me to be where I want to be with my family and also making a leverage income that allows me to be here with my family, not working a job, trading time for hours, and all those things that people struggle to do. So it's been a win-win for me as being part of a Purium, both on helping people get better and also as part of my growing, expanding business with me and my wife.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Ian, and congratulations on your retirement. So Ian, it says here, Ian and his wife, who you're going to see next, it says Crown under his name. So just keep that in mind because I'm going to show you as we get a little bit later on what exactly that means. And now this is Mrs. Hossein, Nicole, Ian's wife.
I'm so excited to be able to share this with people. I am currently in my van that Purium paid for. My kids call it the Purium van because your dreams are unlimited. And I had a 12-year-old van that I wanted to upgrade. And Purium was able to do that. And this is all a result of me helping people. So it's a beautiful thing. But I got into this business May of last year. My health had hit rock bottom. It seemed so simple that this program could completely transform my health. And it really did. And I knew I had to help people with this. So, in the health space for the last decade, I wasn't really able to bring these transformations forward until I got people on these products. And so I cast the net wide. I started sharing it with everybody. And it's the network. People will start sending others to you because they know people are suffering And of course, there's a motorcycle going by right now. But I was able to share this with people and they were able to have transformations and send other people to me. And it's been a beautiful business because I've been able to bring my mom on, my best friend. I get to pick who I work with. My husband, we do the business together. He saw my transformation. Now he's, my dad, my parents both retired and moved down to do the Purium business with me from Canada. So not only was my husband able to walk away from his 6-figure income comfortably with Purium, but I was able to bring my parents down. And we just share this with people all day, every day. And it's just so beautiful because your job should never be more important than your family. And Purium allows your family to always come first. And that is the biggest blessing is I'm able to have my health to keep up with my kids, to, have my parents grow old with my kids. And, we have Grampy and Nana there every morning with my kids, and family is always first. And Purium really does prioritize that, and it gives you your health back so you don't have to worry about aging. Angie, I see you already tearing up. I love you. And Purium, the family, if you join this business, you will have no regrets because I will tell you, Purium, everybody here feels like family. You go to the convention and it literally fills your heart. Everybody here has such good heart and soul. I could talk about that forever. I'm so grateful for the people behind Purium. Dave and Amy started it, just catapulted into all of these beautiful people that will love you just as much as I do. So I don't know if you want me to say anything else, Sonia, because I could talk forever.
Oh, that was perfect. Thank you so much, Nicole.
My pleasure.
And again, both of you. And it's been such a blessing for your entire family. So thanks for sharing
So
that.
much.
All right, next you heard from Melissa a little bit earlier, and her husband, Justin, here is in the picture. So she'll tell you a little bit about that. But welcome, Melissa. Great to have you here.
Hello, Sonia. Thanks for letting me share again. I'm like Nicole in the sense where I could talk about this all day, every day. It has been such a blessing in so many ways. I started out as a massage therapist. I have zero knowledge or background with direct sales, network marketing. I've never known how to do this, but to me, it's like the best kept secret. Everybody deserves to know about this, to make an income while you sleep, to leverage your time to help more people. It's been incredible. I started out as a massage therapist. Sonia and I met through Instagram. Nothing's been the same. I used to drag my heavy table to my client's home, up the stairs. Most clients wanted evenings. Most clients wanted deep tissue. It was exhausting. Income's Purium. I'm able to work anywhere we want, whenever we want, with whoever we want. And it doesn't hurt your body. I mean, I'm sitting on the couch with my latte, living my best life, helping people change theirs. The best. Fast forward 2 years, I was able to retire my husband very comfortably. And now I've been in the business now for 7 years. So for 5 years, he's been working alongside me and we have an absolute blast. It's allowed us to buy properties in Florida, a property in Greece. It's wild. Had I any idea of what is possible with this business, I would have joined 20 years ago. I just didn't know. You don't know, you don't know. So that's why we're sharing it with all of you so that you can build this as a side hustle or potentially something to take over what you're doing full time. We love it. It also allowed me to be by my mom's side the last 3 years of her life. She had very, very intense stage 4 cancer all over her body. And to be by her side the last 3 years, doing the things that you want to do with your best friend, going to the beach, cooking together, watching movies together, stretching together, that is a gift that I would not have had were I still doing massage therapy. I couldn't just pick up and go across the country and be with her for years. Justin wouldn't have been able to let go of his job and be with us, but that's what this has provided us. So I'm eternally grateful. I share it with everyone every day. If I'm at the store, if I'm at the park, if I'm at the gym, I share this with everyone. It's too good not to share. The only regret you will have is that you didn't start this sooner. And needless to say, Justin loves his life. He loves working this business and it's just a blast. You have nothing to be afraid of. Just hold on tight to the hand of whoever invited you and they will help you every step of the way. The systems are in place. You just have to be coachable and the sky is the limit.
Thank you so much, Melissa. So exciting for you guys. Great story too. So now that says 5-star crown. So remember that when we get a little farther along. Okay, we're going to debunk another myth now. And it is, you might be thinking, because you heard from Dr. Ian and Nicole, holistic health practitioners. Melissa was a massage therapist, but I'm not a health practitioner. I don't have a background in that. And that's okay. It doesn't matter because this is system dependent and you will have mentorship and training on that system. But we're also going to hear from some people that will debunk that myth. Go ahead, Tammy.
Thank you so much. When I first heard about Purium, my body was in complete dysregulation. And I had lost all streams of income. I was a house cleaner and I had lost all streams of income in one day. It was during the pandemic. So a year and a half went by. And when I heard about what this opportunity could bring into my life, I was focused on the health side of things. But when I learned that you didn't have to go to school or invest thousands of dollars to do the business, I was all in. And I'm so glad that I was, because within 6 months, I was able to create the same amount of income that took me 7 years as a house cleaner to build up to. I was able to do that in 6 months. And in 2023, so 2 years later, because I took the time and followed the recipes in place and am coachable, I was able to build something that supported me through the fires that happened here on Maui and a horrible car accident. I was full time in doctor's visits in that recovery year. Now I'm thriving, and I just was able to return from traveling in Europe for 6 weeks and parts of the United States with two people that I met in Purium. So the fact that this is a business that keeps on giving is priceless, and I continue to share and pay it forward.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Tammy is a black diamond in our company. Terry's a red diamond. Terry, take it away.
So the fact that it's called the ultimate lifestyle transformation is perfect, because that's exactly what happened to me. It was an ultimate lifestyle transformation. I started this just to improve my health. I needed more nutrition. I had a job where I was sedentary. I was constantly tired. I just didn't feel, I wasn't active, and it was kind of a drag. So when I started this, I thought, well, let me give it a shot. The results were incredible. It was far surpassed what I expected. I had the energy. I was smiling. And, and to see an accountant smiling, that's big. And so when people would see me, they'd say, "What's going on with you, Terry? You have so much energy. You look like you feel so good." So not only did I notice the changes, but people around me noticed the changes. And so they started asking me questions. So because that was happening, I started building this lucrative business on the side, not realizing really what was happening till I started looking at my bank account. There was more and more money in there. My savings account was growing. And I realized, I said, well, there is really something to this. But really, because I was so focused on sharing it with others and helping others, that was a side effect of doing that. And because of that, I felt comfortable, because within a year and a half, I had actually tripled the income that I was making at my job. And I was salaried. I was working sometimes 40 to 60 hours a week. So sometimes you put in more hours and not get compensated. Not here. You work, and what you do, you get compensated. You put in. And so what happened with that is, because I was doing so well with my business, I felt comfortable to retire 7 years earlier than I expected. I had planned to. So, for people at work, they saw me and they were saying, "Why are you retiring in your 50s? We don't retire until we're in our 60s or 70s. And I said, "Because I can." And I have not looked back. It has been a dream. I love sharing this with everybody. Just like Melissa said, I can't keep my mouth shut, because it changes lives. It changed my life, and I think everybody deserves the same experience. So
Absolutely. Thank you, Terry. Congratulations. All right. And now we have Michelle. Michelle is a 2-star crown in our company. And Michelle has an incredible story that she's going to share with us now.
Well, the two things that we all can agree that mean so much that has been mentioned are our life, which is a precious gift, and our time, as you mentioned, Sonia. And both of these have been massively and beautifully impacted for me personally by Purium. I was first introduced to this beautiful family company during, I call it a very difficult health season that I was having, like so many that already spoke. It was the health that brought me here. I needed to improve I had gut issues. I was exhausted. I was dealing with insomnia, hormone imbalance. The masses are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I was one of those. So thankfully, someone that I love and trust very much, who happens to be a nurse, she introduced me to this transformation this lifestyle. And she also dignified me with the business opportunity. At the time, as you see, I was working as a photographer. I had had my own business for many, many years. I loved it, but I was traveling far distances. I was away from my husband all the time and my family. I was always trading hours for dollars. And then guess what happened? The world shut down. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that would have happened? And when it did, I lost all of those decades of building that. It was gone overnight. It was devastating. But the good thing is that it was the push I needed to say yes to something new, which is what happened. I too didn't have any experience with social selling, but I love helping other people and I'm coachable. I can follow the recipe. And this family-owned company completely aligns with my values. So I jumped in and it's changed absolutely everything for myself and my husband. For the last 4.5 years, I've been a full-time caregiver for family members with very serious health challenges, a lot due to dietary damage. So this business has allowed me to be fully present for my family, to be, whether that's at the bedside at their home or countless nights, weeks, months in the hospital. While I'm making a full-time income, but I'm working part-time, which it's mind-blowing. It's given me the freedom to travel places that I've only dreamed of going, my husband and I together. It's allowed us to spend very extended amounts of time with our daughter who lives out of country. And it's so lucrative. It's mind-blowing how this has changed things financially for us. So what began as a search for my health, it's become so much more. This business, it's not just an income, it's the freedom to be present for the people that you love, the ability to work from wherever you want. And it is a blessing and a gift I will value all of my life, and I will continue to dignify others with.
Thank you so much, Michelle. That's absolutely beautiful. So everyone you just heard from did not get in at the beginning 21 years ago, not even close, a handful of years or less. And everyone you just heard of was not a health practitioner, health expert, health pro when they started, and neither was I. So my background is real estate. And I did that for about 20 years full time, working 60 to 70 hours a week. I was also a caregiver. Last 2 years of my mom's life, she lived with us and had health challenges. And it was just, there was a lot going on between my husband and I with our real estate business and caregiving that we really felt that our own self-care had totally gone on the back burner, which often happens. So we were looking for something to improve our own health. We started on this journey as customers, had a life-changing experience, and couldn't stop talking about it and sharing it with others. By doing that, we suddenly noticed a couple months in that the income from Purium, one of the deposits, was the same as the rent from one of our rental properties that we owned. And that was a big aha moment because we got this stream of income, but didn't have to make that huge capital expenditure. And that's where we saw that this business model was very powerful. So we decided to be a little more deliberate about it, still working my 60 to 70 hours a week. Doug was doing the investment side of the business. But within 1.5 years, by doing that, because of the leverage aspect that this model has, I was able to match my full-time multiple six-figure real estate income within 1.5 years. Now, fast forward, it's many times more than that. And not only that, we have the time freedom. We don't have the stress. We own our time. We had a great income before in real estate, but we didn't have any downtime. We didn't have time to enjoy it. Now we do. The most gratifying part of this has been being able to help pay this forward and help others do the same, help others make life-changing income. And some people may just want to pay for their products, and that's fine too. But wherever you are on the spectrum, there is mentorship and training and guidance to get wherever it is you want to go and achieve the goals that you have. So now let's talk about how do you make money with this? Well, you can earn your money back on your first month of your 90-day transformation in 10 days or less. So easy. Again, we mentioned there's no shortage of people who want to feel better, who want to sleep better, who want to have energy, want to drop some weight and get rid of their digestive bloating and all those things. And 3 people, 2 customers, and you have someone join you as a brand partner in your first 10 days, you've earned $375. You've just about fully paid for your first pack, which, by the way, month one comes out to $12.83 a day. Such high value for what you're getting. We have fast start bonuses, so you can start making bonuses, bigger money, while you're building towards that longer term residual income. So there's up to $6,500 on the table in fast start bonuses. And then as you get into some of these higher levels, you start earning recurring bonuses, cash bonuses, profit sharing. And this is just the array of what's available here. So, and many of the people that you heard from tonight are actually, all of them are earning these bonuses and the profit sharing. Now, I mentioned, like, pay attention, this person's a crown, this one's a red diamond, black diamond, all of those things. So the reason I said that is I wanted to show you the example here where you can see the average monthly income for the ranks of the people that you heard speak tonight, okay? All the way from, actually, let's start with black diamond all the way to 5-star crown. So you can see what the average monthly income is for those. And there's no ceiling here. There's no limit to what you can earn. It's up to you. There's mentorship and support both on the company side and on the team side. So there is plenty of infrastructure to plug into. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So how do you get started? As Melissa mentioned earlier, you get your own 90-day program, your Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. Your business is free with that. And you start just like that. It's as simple as that. So get back to the person who invited you to this Zoom. They can answer any questions that maybe we didn't cover. And they can also help you get started, whether you decide you want to go all in, dive right in, and become a brand partner and enjoy some of the things that you just heard tonight, some of these experiences, or you want to start as a customer. Whatever your path is, we meet you where you're at. And again, the person who invited you can help you do just that and get started. So we thank you all for being here. Thank you to all our speakers. And we hope to see our guests who are here tonight, hope to see many of you soon as part of our Purium family. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.